Welcome back to Lone Oak Farm for episode 10 with me, MrSealyp. Okay, so what I've done, I'm looking at weeding and weeding options, and I was going to go for the standard Einbach Aerostar rotation. It's 12 metres wide, 34,000 to buy, not mega expensive. Excuse me. But I thought, you know what, I've used it before on other Let's Plays, so I wanted to try something different. And I know rollers aren't the kind of preferred method, but these from realistic farmers, you've got the main concrete roll, and then you've got ones you add on to it. 5,500 for the main one, so you're looking at 15,500. That's half the price of the standard weeder, but to be fair, it's half the size. So it swings and roundabouts. The other one I installed was the Fleming roller. That's only 3,500, but that's only 3 metres wide. But again, it does the same job. They weed. It kind of compacts the ground, I guess the concept being it prevents the weeds from pushing up through the ground. I don't know. But even if I bought one of those and just set off one of the tractors, and that could go up and down, and it's not costing me anything. So this setup I've got here is what, 15,500 this cost. 6 metres wide, each one of those is 2 metres. What should happen when I get around to the other side, where I've got the bit that needs doing. Now these, like all weeders, I think will only work in the first growth stage. I assume in the next growth stage don't flatten anything down or kill anything. They just don't work as far as I can kind of gather. So what I need to do, here we go, let's test it on here. Should go darker. No, that's not. That's weird. Why is that not working? Is this the first growth stage, or is it the first? That's really odd. Why is that not working? Because it really isn't. Let's check growth. That's the first growth stage. Please tell me that's not just for grass. Let's check these again. Weeders pull weeds out between small crops, improving the field state. Can only be used in the first growth stage of crops. Okay then. That's rather peculiar. Why is that not working? It's not like you have to lower them or raise them or anything like that. I apologise for my throat, it's very squeaky today. Okay, so here's the very odd thing I've just been testing out. This is what I was talking about at the end of the last episode, I believe. The Challenger came over, did the whole field, you know, wonderful. But then somehow came back up here, it jumped the boundary, didn't do this bit here, but it did this bit here, which is very odd. As far as the rollers go, and I don't understand this at all, if I go into the help window, turn that on, it doesn't say anything. I've got detach, exit vehicle, change tool selection, which I did backwards and forwards. There's nothing about raising, lowering them. As I was driving across just now, there was no sound. What I did on field 49, I put it on there and thought I'll hire a worker, see what happens. I hired a worker and it started working. It started making that sound that a roller makes, like this. As they clank across the ground. So when I stopped hiring a worker, they continue to work. So if I go over this bit here now, there you go, it gets darker. I don't understand why. So now they're working, which is perfect. Now obviously this is Barris's field, this is field 50. This does need doing as well. I've got a lot of weeding to do, so I'm considering using this one. But what I'm going to do first, the weird thing is I don't think I can turn them off now, so they're always going to be rolling. Anyway, I'm going to go and finish off field 45, which I keep getting wrong. 46. I keep saying 45, it's not, it's 46. 40. Oh, no, it's not, it's 45. What am I talking about? This one here. Yeah, 45. Because there were those sections that weren't done properly. So now the roller is working, I'm going to go and roller this. What I'm then going to do is probably, I need to sort out pig food, seriously sort it out, because we're incredibly low. Johnson's farm that wanted 50,000 silage, 50,000 straw, was it? I think, and offered me 20 pigs and 20,000 litres. Have changed their offer. They're offering me 25 pigs, hogs, sorry, and they're offering me 40,000 litres, which they're telling me they've already shipped and will be with me in a couple of days. So I think what we're on now, Wednesday, so by Friday we should have some more hogs and some more pig food, but I'm going to invest some of my money in some more hog food, pig food. So what should happen now is when I turn this corner, this should start working. I'll say this is not the most effective way of doing it, but well, now I've bought these rollers, this is free. It's not costing me a penny. No fertiliser, nothing at all. I can just go over all of these fields. It's going to take some time, but it's not going to cost me anything. That's the main thing. There are probably lots of PC modded weeders. There is another one that I used on Oakfield, and a lot of people didn't like it. They said it was designed mainly for grass fields. It wasn't supposed to be used on. That was a mechanical weeder. So I thought I'd try the rollers. Why not? You know, do something a little bit different. So what I'll do is crack on with this, and yeah, hopefully see in a bit. I'll get the. I think I'm going to get the Fleming one as well, and I'm going to get that going on maybe some of the smaller fields. At the end of the day, I've got all day. It's only 20 past, what, 8:30 in the morning. I've got all day for doing this and sorting out the hogs, feed. I have got some mowing to do, which I can also do. I've got enough tractors that I can have 2 sets of rollers going. No problem at all. So, I'm wondering though whether or not, if I'd have bought 2 of... Now, did I do a guide 2 on this or not? If I bought 2 of these main rollers, and the main roller has these little arm bits on here to attach to, if I bought 3 of those, and one here, and one here, then I attach one of these on each corner, I could potentially take this out another 4 metres and make that a 10 metre roller, couldn't I? I could. Another 10 grand. It's doable. Anyway, I'll see you in a little bit. Let's get these sorted, shall we? Well, it turned out the Fleming roller was a complete bust. Got rid of it. It was doing it, but really, really patchy. So what I've decided to do now that's done, field 29 is done, I've come over to the store and I'm going to be buying pallets of pig food. I've set up the fill trigger conveyor belt like I did on Sussex Farm, just far enough away that you can spawn the pig food pallets into the area where the vehicles spawn when you buy them, and automatically loads into the fill trigger conveyor belt, which is now loading into the truck. I'm not sure how many of these I'm going to get. I'm going to try and fit it up. I apologise for Farm Dog in the background. He's whining. We've had to close him in the room because my wife's cooking and he's getting in the way. So you might get the occasional whine from Farm Dog. Anyway, so what I'm going to do, carry on with this for a little bit, and then what I will do is, I think I've still got those 2 pallets of pig food around the back of the building here. So what I will do is get the Bobcat down here, I think, and we'll get those 2 pallets brought round and we'll load them up. I think that's probably the best bet. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Oh, while I'm thinking about it, I want to do a quick shout out. I've got a shout out for Scott and one for Robert. Thank you very much to both of you. You are incredibly generous. It was very, very kind of you. Just wanted to make sure I didn't forget to do those. I know I've had lots of videos pre-prepared while I've been on holiday, so it's taken me a while to get to one where I'm actually recording myself while I'm on holiday. So, yeah, to Scott and Robert, thank you very, very much. I will see you in a moment when I've got the Bobcat, and I'm going to load up the extra pallets and the one you can see in front of you just here. Right, let's get these in. It doesn't have to be pretty, just want to get them in. I'm not loading up a trailer, I just need to get them in front of the conveyor belt, and then it will take them straight away out of that. I'm thinking, with the release of the new Massey Ferguson 356 loader, whether or not to get one on here as well as the Bobcat, or instead of the Bobcat, because it would still work out cheaper. I've used the Bobcat before. I do like it though, and it's very American. But I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I don't even know if there's one available locally. Whether there would be one knocking about anywhere, we will see. But get the second one of those in, and then we'll get the lorry, truck, over to the pig farm, hog farm. I keep saying pigs. I've got to get these Americanisms right. And we'll get that unloaded to make sure the hogs are happy hogs. Right, I took my own advice. I've got an extra 2 of these to add into the whole network. So I've got 2 main rollers there, 2 sort of backup rollers on the ends there, and then my last main roller will go into the gap here. So it'll give me 5, which will give me a 10-metre spread. I've gone for the Challenger because it's got a bit more grunt to it. And hopefully that'll pull 5 concrete rollers a bit easier than the case will. What I've also worked out, I'm just trying to work this out. If the 3 main rollers are 5,500 each, that puts me at 16,500 plus another 10,000, so 26,500 for this setup. It still works out cheaper than buying the weeder at 30, what was it, 31 or 34? Not by a huge amount, but like I said earlier on, it's just doing it slightly differently. Well, that's now around the wrong way. These are a little bit tricky to manoeuvre, to say the least. So I've had to kind of do this in stages. Alright, let's try and look this up as easily as I possibly can. Come on, there's one. Let's turn that way. Come on. Not quite. Oh, this is not going to be as easy as I first thought. Nope, just pulling it out of the way. Let's try. There's a weight on it, I think. That looks hideous, but let's see if I can get this. Just close enough to get the hook. There we go. Boom, done. So, I don't know how effective it's going to be. Looks incredibly ungainly. And you're certainly not going to be able to back up with this. Now, where did I get to? That's what I've got to ask myself. I think we're further over, aren't we? About here. So, let's go over, okay. And there we go. We are rocking and rolling. Fantastic. Field 50 is going right. It's taken a while to get to this point, as you can imagine. I'm going to leave that to chug away now. And what I think I'm going to do is get some mowing done. So I'm going to go and get in the case, go and get the mower, and let's get field 44 mowed. It'll need to be mowed, baled, and silage wrapped. So I'm going to need to lease a square bale wrapper, which I think is only really the Coon one, isn't it? I think. Fantastic. Now, I don't usually use the sort of mower we've got. It's a disc bind, I think, and I don't normally use them. I normally use front mowers or a side mower or even the butterfly mowers. I don't think, other than in like a player hacks video or something like that, I've actually used a disc bind in game. I'm trying to think if I have ever. Where is it? Here we go. So, it's going to be interesting. New Holland disc bind 313. Now I've got row crops on, so it won't make any difference to the field anyway, which is kind of handy. Now I've got to remember, how do I... There we go. Now I know this can swing from side to side as well, can't it? There we go, so we'll do it that way and then drive forward. It will go to that side. I can kind of do it on the move if I want to. Ooh. That's interesting. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to go around the edge of the field first with me... Well, I could go around with me not even on the field. The fact I've got row crops on is going to help. But if I put that dead centre to start off with, I could do that the whole time, couldn't I? But where's the fun in that? Let's turn it on. Exciting times. Once I've got this bit done, I go outside the edge of the field, so technically even if I had normal tyres on, I wouldn't actually be damaging it. But this will only work on fields like this. Obviously when you've got a field that's, you've got a hedge or something around the edge of it, you can't do this. Cool. This is a big field, it's going to take quite a while. I am worried about degradation of the grass while I'm doing it, plus it's showing that rain is on the way. I do not want to get part way through doing this and then it start pouring me rain. That's the risk of running seasons. So what I might do is mow some of it, bale some of it, wrap some of it and then come back and carry on, because I'm worried it might be a bit of a gamble. There we go, cool. This is going to take a very long time to do this field. Just need to keep an eye, a weather eye on the horizon. Simply because once you start getting that little bit of haze in the air, I've noticed on seasons, the air goes a little bit hazy, the view distance gets a little bit iffy, and once you get that point, the rain's coming. Now I'm looking forward to the new weather system in 19, because that's actually got like 3D clouds that are going to roll in across the countryside kind of thing. They're going to change colour. As far as I understand as well, you're going to be able to see the rain in the distance as it's approaching, as far as I remember. Like I've said a few times on various different first looks and guide tos and that kind of thing, I've read so much stuff on so many different forums and people's posts on Twitter. You know, there's a lot of stuff out there. So keeping up with what's happening where, I think what I'm going to do is bring that straight just for this bit. Kind of straight. Avoiding the telegraph poles. And we can go back out. There we go. Cool. So I think I'll run 2 strips around the outside, then go with and get the baler. Now when I'm doing straw bales, I'm going to use the baler and the Quadro Pack V, and I'll stack them and then load them. Because I'm going to be wrapping these, I don't want to stack them into 4s. They need to be left individuals. As far as the weeding goes, that's going to carry on field 50. Then I'm going to get that whole roller weeder thing contraption over onto field 49 just in front of us. the big field that Lone Oak sits on. And then I'll look around at what other fields. I don't know if Barris's field number 1 needs weeding, or that might be on the second growth stage, so I'm not too sure, but I'll have a look. And like I say, any fields that need doing will get done, and then what I'll do is on the second growth stage it will have to be fertilising. Whichever fields aren't at full fertilising state, I will have to use fertiliser then, and we'll spray those. But I was just trying to do it a different way that was going to incur as little cost as possible. But I suppose, mind you, it's a long-term investment, because when you look at it you think, I've just spent 26,000 or whatever it was, it worked out in the end, 26.5 grand on weeding equipment. I could have spent 26 grand on fertiliser and it would have been alright. But then I have got that weeding equipment now for further use, I think. Now you can also, if you want to, get the Gigant 8 Lemkin. Is it Gigant 8? I can't remember now. I think it's in the cultivator section, which you can attach 2 implements to on the back, and you can run 2 of these disc spines off of it. You can, I think, I'm trying to think when I did the player hacks video, what you can do, you can get a front mower, a Nova Cat, or whichever one it is, but a front mower on the front 3-point linkage, run 2 of these disc spines off the back, and you can have quite a wide mowing setup. Certainly works out cheaper than buying a Chrome Big M, regardless how much I like the Chrome Big M. It's not cheap. This works really well. Why have I not used this before? Probably because I try and get stuff done quicker. Okay, so what we'll do, let's bring that to there. Turn it off, raise it up. So once you get the baler, and let's get these first 2 rows baled. Then we'll have to lease the bale wrapper, have to go and get that, or maybe, yeah, we'll probably have to get that delivered. Farmer Min's crew at the store, I'm sure, will help me out. Bit of interesting news too. I don't know if you've... I'm on Discord now, which I wasn't before. So I'm on Discord. I'm on a couple of different groups, and I've been talking to FS Club. Where is the baler? We definitely bought a baler. Where's the baler gone? It was there. Please tell me we haven't got thieves again. Anyway, while I'm looking for that, yeah, there is talk. There is talk with the new multiplayer system that's going to be available for 19, and hopefully with that my multiplayer will work, because I do have a few issues with it at the moment. What we're thinking of possibly doing, there may be a collaboration. We might do a Let's Play or a series of episodes, multiplayer episodes, with FS Club, Farmer Min, Alien Jim and myself. So possibly the 4 of us getting together and doing either a mini Let's Play or some multiplayer. Who knows, we'll see, but that's all to come in November. Right, okay, I'm puzzled now. I'm going to have to call the police, call the county sheriff, or what is it? What is it, the sheriff? Do you still have US Marshals? I'm going to call the US Marshals. No, they're a bit more senior, aren't they? Right, okay, right, I need to find this. This is really weird. It's vanished. Baler theft. That's what it is. That's not here. This is where all my trailers go. Okay. puzzled. Everything is okay in the world now. We have it back. Jockey Inc. had lent it to a local farmer. I had to just go and get it back. In reality, someone had actually uninstalled the Massey Ferguson old generation pack. So whilst I had bought it and it was right there, it vanished because it had been uninstalled. So yeah, we've now retrieved it. We're all good to go. Don't know how I managed to do that, but there you go. So what we're going to do is bail up what we've got so far, and then what we're going to have to do is lease a bale wrapper. And like I say, it's showing rain is coming in the top right hand corner. I don't know when that's going to be, so I don't want to do the whole field and then find as it starts to rain I'm losing. I thought it would be a great idea, wouldn't it? So let's turn it on. Down. Yeah, and I start losing grass because, you know, I need this. I'm going to do as many wrapped bales as I can. I need 24 for a contract for Harper's Farms, and the rest I can just sell for me or store or do whatever I want to do with them. It's entirely up to me. Or I could do a load of wrapped bales and I could do the rest loose and put that in the bunker silo and ferment it. I'm not too sure what to do with it for the best at the moment. I know when I did this on the Valley of the Old Farm, I went round, I think I had the Chrome Big M then, with the baler on the back, and I went round and I think I must have done 100, well, I don't know, there's loads of bales, and they were all going to be wrapped. The problem was that when I got the wrapper and went round then wrapping them, by the time I got to the ones that I'd done last, they'd already started degrading. I had lost a load just simply because of the amount I'd done. So I'm trying to avoid that happening wherever possible. This will be bale number 1 on Lone Oak Farm. It's interesting how different modders go for different, or map makers, go for different textures on their grass. Some, the grass, you know, you've got all different ways the grass look. But when you drive across it or you cut it or whatever, some fields you can barely tell the difference. It goes a little bit darker. Some you get this almost sort of yellowy kind of underlying colour, which is far, far easier to see what you've cut or where you've driven across it. I wonder how they make that decision. And like I said earlier, this is really different for me. I tend to, wherever possible, get straight in with a front mower set up, front mower and side, or front and triple, like front and double at the back, like butterfly mowers. So I end up with a triple setup, or where I've had enough money to do so, I've gone for a Chrome Big M or something like that. So doing it with just a side mower, it's unusual. I don't often do that. But I thought, you know what, why not? It's all about trying new things. And I certainly haven't ever used the disc spine. I'm sure someone's going to remind me now of the time when I did use it. I might have done it on a guide 2 or something like that, but I certainly don't think I've used it. I certainly don't think I did. A lot of certainty in that sentence. Now, the only downside of doing it like this is that now I'm dropping the bales off. The next time I go around with the mower, the bales are going to be in the way. unless I wrap them and collect them, then go again, but then that's going to become quite a lengthy process. Once they're wrapped, they can sit on the field, that's not a problem at all. Rain, anything's not going to have any impact on them whatsoever. Well, that at least is the theory as well. I do have another shout out to do. This has been filmed in a couple of stages, simply because I'm still on holiday while I'm filming this, and the Wi-Fi connection I've got is pretty poor, which means it's taking hours and hours and hours to upload any of my videos. So I'm having to kind of think very carefully about how and when I upload them. And in between filming parts of this, I've had different people donate and various things. So Paul, thank you very much. I know I did a couple earlier on, but Paul, thank you very much. Very generous of you. Very kind of you. I appreciate it immensely. Now there are obviously other areas I need to mow around the yard and stuff like that, and the grass I will still use. I'm not going to be using the disc vine around the yard, I don't think, especially in the garden for the big house. I'm not going to be doing that. But like I say, I'm sure they said they've got a propy hopper. I've got to find it, but they've got one, so I'll be mowing their lawns and stuff for them, I think. So when I fill up with grass, I'll move that to one side, dump that, and then I can bale that as well. I don't want to waste it. For those of you watching my vlogs that I've been putting up while I've been away, I hope you're enjoying them. I'm enjoying making them. I know they're a bit shorter, and they're not going to be like an ongoing thing in so much as... let's just turn them off a second. Unload what I've got. I won't be doing vlogs on a normal week. The vlogs will only ever be when I'm on holiday. So when it's MrSealyp on tour, and I normally put my pictures up on Twitter, I'll be doing my vlogging while I'm away of places I'm visiting and tractors and vehicles and things I'm seeing. So that won't be an ongoing thing, only during holiday periods, or vacations as you like to call them, in the States and other parts of the world. But yeah, I'm enjoying making them, and I'm quite impressed at the following my beard is getting. It's rather impressive, I have to say. My beard now has its own Twitter page as well that somebody set up. So if you're interested in following MrSealyp's beard, I can't believe I'm even saying that out loud. You can go over to Twitter and follow MrSealyp's beard. Right, so what I'm going to need to do now is sort out a bale wrapper. But that will be in the next episode, the bale wrapping, because we've come to the end of this episode. We've got a fair bit done again. I think the work has just finished on field 50, so I'll be moving the roller setup over onto field 49 and get that going as well. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest, or whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.